Sierra Trumper 3482081, Summer 2020. In this clip, Nala and I will be demonstrating a lateral restraint for a lateral saphenous venipuncture. My dog is already in the standing position, so to put her in a lateral recumbency, lateral meaning side, recumbency meaning laying down, I'm going to keep restraint of her head with my other arm to maintain her muzzle away from the veterinarian or technician doing the procedure. And with my other arm, I'm going to grab her front forearm closest to me, releasing pressure of that head because I have restraint with my other arm now. I'm going to grab her hind leg closest to me as well. This is going to get her prepared to put her into lateral recumbency, which I'm going to pull her legs from under her and gently slide her down my body with control. You're fine. Good girl. Good girl, Nala. All right, she is now in lateral recumbency. I have control of both her hind leg and her front forearm, both of which she would use to try to get up on, so that's why we do that. And then I'm using my forearm just on her neck to apply a little pressure so she doesn't try to get up. We are going to occlude the saphenous vein, which runs proximal to the hock and distal to the stifle. And to occlude the vein, I'm going to use my thumb to extend her knee out and pinch off over so she can't retract back. In doing such, the vein will present itself and the veterinarian or technician can then proceed with the venipuncture. After that is done, I will release pressure, put pressure on the venipuncture site for approximately 60 seconds, and then release. To safely release my dog, I'm going to maintain restraint of her head as well. Use my other arm to sweep under her to maintain restraint, and then gently just lift her up. Come on. In this clip, Nala and I will be demonstrating a sternal restraint for cephalic venipuncture. This can be done sitting or laying down. For this demonstration, I'm going to put her in sternal recumbency, meaning her sternum and her abdomen are on the ground. At first, I'm going to have to put her in a sitting position while restraining her head with my forearm. Now let's sit. Come on, sit down. Sit, good girl. From the sitting position, I'm going to maintain control of her head away from the veterinarian or technician and slide her legs from under her, putting her into sternal restraint. Good girl. From here, I'm going to occlude the cephalic vein by grabbing under the elbow, extending it out, and rotating laterally. The cephalic vein runs along the dorsal aspect of the forearm from the elbow to the carpus. During the procedure, after the venipuncture, I'm going to release pressure and then put pressure on the venipuncture site. I will hold for approximately 60 seconds and then release. To safely get my dog out of the ventral recumbency, sternal restraint, I'm going to reach under her and just lift her back up. In this clip, Bats and I will be demonstrating lateral recumbency for medial saphenous venipuncture. For this procedure, he needs to be laying down, so I'm going to put him in lateral recumbency. Lateral meaning side, recumbency meaning laying down. So to put him in lateral recumbency, I'm gently just going to lay him down, maintain control of his head, grab his forelimbs, and rotate him over. I'm going to use my forearm as restraint against his spine and snug to my body. The medial saphenous vein runs along both hind legs on the inside, running from the hip down to the tarsus. To occlude the vein, I'm going to grab the upper hind leg along with his tail and tuck it up. The veterinarian technician is going to come in and gently do the venipuncture. I'm going to occlude the vein by pushing up high on the hip so the vein presents itself. After the venipuncture is done and they receive the blood, I'm then going to hold off pressure on the site for approximately 30 seconds and then gently release my animal. In this clip, Bats and I will be demonstrating a sternal restraint for cephalic venipuncture. For this procedure, he needs to be laying down on his belly, so I'm going to put him in sternal recumbency. Recumbency meaning laying down, sternal meaning sternum and abdomen touching the table. To put him in sternal recumbency, I'm going to reach around him, restraining him with my forearm against his body, snug to mine, and slide his legs from underneath him. I'm then going to slide him to the end of the table and get ready for the procedure. The cephalic vein runs along the dorsal aspect of both forelimbs from the elbow to the carpus. For this procedure, I need to restrain his head and gently lift up. I'm going to push his elbow out and then occlude the vein with my thumb, rotating laterally. After the venipuncture is done, I'm going to release pressure and then apply pressure to the venipuncture site for approximately 30 seconds. I'm then going to release and then safely release my animal back up.